What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to clean bottles because everybody's always asking how you clean a bottle. The only way you're going to clean a bottle, say like this one, it's a little bit of stain in it, or let's get a better one. This one, you can see some river rash on that one. Very bad. So you will never clean that bottle. There's no way you can clean it unless, boom, you got a tumbler. So this one I made myself, and it's actually a conveyor motor with a gearbox on it, and then I do metal work, so I wound up making all this stuff with the rollers and all that stuff. I mean, I could probably fit I don't know what I was thinking here, but I can only fit like 8 tubes on here. I don't know what I'm talking about, 12. If I really want to get crazy, I could stick 2 on the opposite rollers there.
So,
but
it's been a while since I did this.
8 comfortably. So, I'm going to take you through it. Everybody's always asking, so I figure what the hell, I'll do a video on it. So I'll show you what bottles I'm going to put in before and after, what I use. The stuff I use from Jar Doctor. Like I said, it's been a while, so I'm sure there's plenty of people out there gonna tell me I'm doing it wrong and everything else, but I'm gonna try my best because, like I said, it's been a while since I tumbled anything. I didn't really have much success with it either, but since I have a bunch that could be cleaned, I'm gonna show you some. All right, so here I just want to show you a quick before and after. Before I go through the whole video on how it's done. So this is a pretty rare bottle I just recently picked up off of eBay, and it wasn't listed in the Hutch book, so I just polished it up real quick, but you can see how nice it came out. But I'm going to show you the rest of them and the process of doing it. Alright, so here's my 3 bottles I'm going to put in here. This is one from Linden. A little hard to see the embossing on it. And even me looking at it, I can't even see it. But I found this one in the river. It's got some barnacles. Seen better days. So we got a Linden bottle. I'm gonna put some cutter in it. I'm gonna run it with cutter first. And I got a Roy bottle that has some river rash. See how that's gonna come out. And then I got a pH Garing, also a raw bottle. Has a lot of staining in it. So like I mentioned, there's no way to get that out. No chemical is gonna take that out. Only way is to tumble it. So, there they are. We'll see what they come out looking like. Hopefully I won't ruin them. All right, so just to show you guys, I have a stopple in the bottom of this right now. Let's see in there. Pretty much looks like this, but there's a 4-finger one. So you place the bottle in it, it's gonna hold it like that. Then this one goes in the top of it, like that, and it holds it. So I'm gonna fill it with copper and I'm gonna fill it with cutter. So since this is a little bit stained up, I'm gonna use 1200 grit, so that's gonna basically a cutter, so it's gonna try to cut all that nonsense out of there. Then once I do that, I'll probably run it for like 3 days, and then I'm gonna have to put a polisher in there. So I'll run that for another 3 days. So it's gonna take a while. It's not overnight, but you can see how stained up this is, and hopefully it's gonna look like a brand new bottle when I'm done. All right. Alright, so this is my copper stash. This is what you're going to be putting in the tubes. Probably about 70 pounds worth of copper. I actually cut this myself. I made up a little jig and work. And I fed the wire into it and chopped up these little pieces. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it inside of the... We're gonna fill the bottle up, and I'll show you how high it is when I'm done. All right, so here's the bottle filled up with copper. So pretty much what you want to do is when it's laying, flat. You see how it's in the neck about halfway? That's where we want. So the whole entire inside of the bottle is being touched with copper. And the copper basically is just like a lubricant or something, and it kind of like pushes on this cutter stuff that actually cuts the glass, which is gonna polish it. All right, so now that they're all full of copper, I'm gonna put the cutter in it. So something like that size, I'll probably just put a teaspoon, and then these two I'm gonna put about a teaspoon and a half, maybe a little bit less. So I just put it in. And we're gonna fill them with water. You really shouldn't make it too cold or hot. And you wanna fill it up almost to the top. So it's about the neck. That's about what I'm gonna do. And then we'll do the rest. So now we're gonna stick the bottle inside this hole. Like I said, line it up with them. And then I gotta center it on there. And then I'm going to repeat the process, putting copper around it, about 3/4 of the way up. I'm going to put a compound in it. Then I'm going to put my top stopper on it. Like I said, which is going to hold it like that and hold it centered. So there it is, filled up to the neck with copper. I'm going to throw in another teaspoon and a half. I'm going to add water up to the top, and then I'm going to seal it. So there we are, filled to almost the top of water. I'm gonna stick that guy in there, I'm gonna tighten it, and then we'll check it out in 3 days from now. All right, so there they are, they're going. It's literally been years since I've done this, and I dumped a whole tube of copper, and the bottle fell out of the bottom because the stopper wasn't tight enough. I should have just showed you and did like a bloopers at the end, but I was an idiot, so hopefully I won't have no more mishaps. All right, so I'll show you what happens in 3 days. Unless something bad happens, maybe I'll show you that again. So I'm emptying one of the tubes. That's how black it comes out with the aluminum oxide. This first one I didn't even show you that I put in there, but this is just the aluminum oxide. The other ones I did the cutter. The other ones I showed you. But I'm gonna show you what this one looks like too. So that's what it came out looking like. Pretty much what it looked like going in. So I guess I'm gonna have to use some cutter on that one. It's all that river rash. Oh well. Alright, so 3 days in the tumbler. And it came out. So it's not bad. This was with cutter. You can still see there's a little fog in it. So this one will go back in with some, I think I'm gonna do the oxide on this one. See what happens. Yeah, so this is how my Linden bottle came out. It's a lot better than it went in. Didn't even know it, but it has 2 clamshells in it. So, and they don't come out. They must have grew in there. I'm not gonna put this back in. I'm not even gonna bother. But it's good enough. Now you can actually read it. So that's the last one. This one actually came out okay. I don't think I'm gonna put that one back in either. Still see it's got some river rash to it, but I don't wanna really kill it and take all the embossing off. That looks a lot better than when it went in. Same thing with this one. Alright, so this is the danner I've been working on. It came out pretty nice. I actually put it back in with a 1200 cutter, and then I did it with aluminum oxide. So it actually came out pretty decent. It still needs a little bit. I gotta clean up where the stopples were. And the neck got some weird little stain I'm gonna have to try to get out, but other than that, it came out pretty nice compared to what it was. Working on two other ones. This one I just hit. This was with 1500. I thought it would, it's supposed to break down and turn into a polish and then polish the bottle. It's not bad. I think I'm gonna put it back in for another 2 days or something with some aluminum oxide. Still a little bit I'm not happy with. I'm gonna polish it up. I mean, now I gotta realize these were all river bottles and they were pretty bad, so you can see the difference between those two. This one's a lot shinier and nicer. They're different colors. One's registered, one's not, so. All right, and then this one I just did with 1000 cutter. So I'm playing around a little bit with them. So I'm gonna stick this one back in with, I think I'm gonna put it in with 1500. This one. See how that comes out. I'm gonna let that one go for a couple days. I've only been letting them do 3 days. It's not long enough for the 1500 to break down and turn into a polish. So, well, I think that's all I'm going to show you in the video is this one, and that's it. I'm going to end it. Alright, so here's another one I popped in real quick just for, actually 2 days I put this in with aluminum oxide, and it came out pretty nice. So this one I threw in for 2 days. I'll show you the before pictures. It came out pretty good. Not bad for only 2 days with aluminum oxide. Then this one I decided to throw back in. I wound up doing this with 1000 cutter, and then I put it in with what I put 1500, and did that for a couple days. It come out pretty decent. This was pretty rashed up from the river, but it looks pretty good now. And then I don't know if I showed you this one, but I pulled this one out tonight also. This one came out pretty nice too. It also had that river rash. Well, getting a little better. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's gonna be it. You see I have plenty more to go. I can keep playing around and figure out the right way to do it. So I still have a bunch in there, so maybe I'll show you a couple more. Peace out.